Hello, and we are back with Jason again. So Jason's going to have a quick look through my ArtStation portfolio and my current FMP project and give me any pointers on my portfolio and my current project. So go ahead, Jason. What would you like to see first?
Well, I'll tell you what, in true interview form,
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to
Uh-oh.
talk about your work.
Okay.
Yeah,
The curveballs. Okay, fine. Um, so this was the first thing I posted on ArtStation. I believe this was year two university. This was a Red Dead Redemption 2 inspired bar scene. So I don't know if you're familiar with Red Dead 2. It was the Valentine bar.
yeah.
So I wanted to kind of emphasize different workflows. I wanted to do some designer work. So the floor here is not marvelous designer, substance designer. So I've used like node-based height information and all the blends and all that sort of stuff to get like a cool tileable material on the floor. I've then used modular kits that I've made, so like these pillars and the stairs and these wall aspects and stuff are all kind of modular. And then all the texturing and everything is all my own. The only aspects that aren't my own are the characters. Part of the assignment brief was to bring in some characters just to give the scene a bit more life. But yeah, they're not my own. But I'm quite happy with this. There are some problems here and there that I can see and that are actually quite glaringly obvious when you kind of drill down into it. But generally, for a year two student, I was quite happy with this. The bar, especially, was quite nice. I think that's quite clean and quite good in terms of like topology and texturing and everything. Some of the composition's quite good as well. But then there is some problems here and there, like this door handle at the end is far too shiny. I kind of ran out of time and just kind of slapped textures on things towards the end, to be honest. Got some UV problems on the stairs here. Um,
I
yeah,
have to say, for like a year to work, this is really nice.
okay, good. That's reassuring to hear.
Um, like go back to the like top.
Right at the top, very top one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like there's a really good sense of just atmosphere
Hmm.
in this kind of place. And I like the fact that there's stools that have been knocked over, and that there's, I think there's like glass on the floor somewhere, or with the bottles, and the shine on the floor, it makes it feel that way.
Yeah,
Um, I think this is a really strong piece. There's a few, if you just scroll down through the images, like these are all really good compositions. I really like that one. Um, I'd say that one's not as strong.
this one with the barrels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's still a good
yeah,
composition. Um, again, that one's quite nice, but it's not as strong.
yeah. There's some problems. Yeah, it
Um,
shines some problems on it, but yeah,
uh, and then yeah, that the close up on the stuff, uh, like the chair falling down, that's a really nice
yeah.
composition. I think if you're gonna do a close up on stuff, it better be like bespoke,
Hmm.
so like kind of hand textured, and like it needs to be a hero asset kind of thing.
Yeah, okay.
But no, man, like there isn't a whole lot I can speak on environments. I'd maybe take the characters out
Yeah,
personally. I feel like the characters are actually pulling down the rest of your environment.
okay.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, especially them not being mine either. It's kind of pointless having them in, isn't it? They're just kind of free sketch, not fab
y-
assets. So yeah,
well, to be honest, your environment is so good, and I hate to say whoever's done the characters, but the characters are pretty shit.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, the hands, for example,
um,
it's like
or
PS4s.
or they look like they're from like a PS2 game, whereas
Yeah,
like
it's like
your
GoldenEye, isn't it?
environment's like really good. Um, yeah, dude, I'd actually, if you've still got the files of this, I'd definitely go back in, take some like wide angle shots, like maybe
Okay.
from the top of the stairs looking down and stuff like that. A bit like when you see concept art where it's like mapped out a full environment and
Yeah.
stuff, and do a few like nice shots of that. maybe may do a couple of shots with like different kind of lighting in there. So what does it look like after dark with like blue light coming through? Um,
Okay.
and yeah, just like have a little play with the scene.
Yeah.
Maybe fill out the space as well.
Yeah,
Um,
I think this is like a year later. I could definitely use what skills I've learned over the past like final year of my uni studies to actually make this scene a lot better. And then I
yeah.
can just generally fix a lot of the problems, like some of these UV issues. Like here, for example, you can see this window.
To be honest,
I've
dude, I
done quite
can't
a lot
even
in there.
see that UV issue. Like
It's
uh,
it's yeah. I mean,
with the
it's
wood grain, it kind of hides it a little bit.
yeah. I mean, the problem is though is this wood grain is different to all the other wood grain. That's like it's just like a UV
Right,
that's just
right.
slightly tilted or whatever. And yeah, like this light as well. There's no light coming through the bottom of this window, which I missed when I was first doing
Oh, you
the
know
shots and
what?
stuff.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, see what I mean? Like
I
I missed
it could be boarded up from the outside. Like,
yeah, yeah.
who knows?
Okay, thanks for
Um,
getting me out of that one.
yeah, but it's like honestly, it's a really, really strong environment
Okay,
piece.
cool.
And the compositions show that like you've got some artistic eye.
Yeah. Okay, good. I will stick with that one then. Okay, if we go on to my next one. So this was my first attempt at a trim sheet. So I obviously appreciate you're a character artist, but you also still know full workflow pipelines, and you're very good in ZBrush, as I know. So you're going to recognize good sculpting and everything. So yeah, take it away with this one, Ted. This one's a shreds.
I mean, there's not a lot there I can and can't say about trim
Yeah.
sheets. I know I have an understanding of how they work and
Mhm.
stuff like that, but what I can see on this is a solid amount of detail. The rock reads like rock. It's got enough chips and work on the rock that it doesn't look um, not procedural. It doesn't look like copy and pasted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the rocks are all bespoke individually, kind of done as it would be with normal rocks, and there's a lot of like love and time gone into the sculpt on this, and you should be very proud of it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Like, I feel like I kind of find my forte with sculpting this trim sheet. I really enjoyed the kind of the whole
Yeah,
process of making sculpting, and then even the UVs, like the trying to bend UVs around curved objects and stuff, having to like stitch them out together and replace them and sew them back together and stuff. It's just really
yeah,
interesting workflow. Yeah, last one is just kind of pinging through my different maps, just on a still GIF. Kind of gets like a good sense of what's going on there. Um,
yeah, man. Honestly, solid work.
yeah,
I think the only thing that's kind of come to my mind, and this is just like a bit of a rip-off thing, is because you're showing the flat textures.
mhm.
Somebody could quite easily just download all your images and then just like use your trim sheet.
Yeah. This is true.
But that's just like my own like brain doing
Yeah,
weird shit.
yeah. I don't know how you would get around that, to be honest, because like I mean I could not show maps, but I mean I figured I'll put this on Sketchfab as well and let
Maybe
people
just
have.
laying all the maps out side by side
Yeah.
on
Okay.
like
Yeah.
one long post.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, I can do that.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Let's go to
but
my
yeah, it all looks good.
yeah. Good.
Ah, the
Let's
character.
go to my most recent one. Yeah, I mean, you say character
So
loosely.
I'd say this is like the weakest thing in your
Is
portfolio
it?
by far.
Oh wow. Okay.
Um, I would actually say taking this out of your portfolio will help your portfolio.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if you go back to the overview, and I know you put a lot of love and time into
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
but it's definitely not your strongest thing. Like compared to the other two, like
Yeah.
if you just go back to the front of your portfolio, and now is there any way that you could just go in and like hide that? Yeah. So can you go into your like edit project.
Oh, as in like
Yeah, if you go into edit project just a bit further down, and is there a way to uh,
I can publish and
yeah,
non-publish.
just tick unpublished.
What, not published, that one?
Yep.
Okay, save.
Right. You could save or like just go to view. Now go back to your front page. Right. So that to me now looks like an environment
Yeah,
artist,
okay.
and
So,
that's maybe something I should have spoke about in portfolios. Like your strongest stuff is the stuff that should be in your portfolio
yeah, okay.
and what you're wanting to do. Unless you're wanting to do characters,
No, not
in
like
which
this.
case, yeah, then keep it off.
Okay. All right, yeah,
Um,
I'll leave that one off then. Okay, just before you go, Jason, if you don't mind having a look through my kind of current FMP scene, it's still obviously a work in
yeah, man.
progress, but just any pointers here and there before my deadline at the end of the month, will be amazing for me. Yeah, like I'm quite happy with this one so far. I feel like I'm displaying characteristics of an environment artist here. Um, so like I still need to do some render shots and everything. But I've got loads of cameras in here, here and there, and everywhere to kind of inspect different aspects and everything. Some of them aren't completely set up properly, but like this just gives you a sense of kind of what we're working with here.
So if you just can you just turn your camera speed down slightly,
Yes.
and then just kind of, oh, it's on. Okay, right, and then zoom back to the tunnel, and then just kind of just take me through the environment a little bit.
Yep.
So
Okay, so my thinking is that for this one, I'm trying to do like a Dark Souls inspired dungeon with like kind of a gothic style, not cathedral, but kind of like castle scene at the end of the hallway. And at the end of the hallway, there's gonna be a big door, kind of smashed up barricade, uh, and yeah. So hopefully, I'm kind of
yeah,
ticking.
man, getting all those same vibes. I know that we spoke, I think last week or
Yeah,
something on this, and I can already see that it's come on a long way.
yeah,
The stone textures are fantastic. The the rocks are fucking great. Um, if you just zoom back a bit, um, so like the floor's really cool, and I'm only just seeing this now. Is it wet?
it's got some roughness, like decal work on it. So like they've got some like decal
Okay.
stuff. So I've tried to make
Um,
the wetness come from like the decals rather than just be like sopping wet.
okay. Uh, I think there needs to be maybe. Oh, is there a way to? There is a way to see your roughness on this. So if you, yeah, it's in lit.
Roughness. There
Yeah.
we go.
All right, there we go. Oh no, you've actually got really good roughness on those. So.
A lot of this is still work in progress. So I mean, obviously stuff that's jet white and stuff hasn't been done yet because it's not going to be jet white.
Oh, there, that's fine. I think there could be a nice. I think some of the floors maybe a little bit too wet,
Okay.
or it could benefit from some of the drier rock like poking through a little bit more.
Okay.
Because if you jump back to normal like lit mode and just find like a really good angle where you can just kind of like drag across. Yeah, so like from a distance, if you zoomed out, like you can see it there when you're close up.
Yeah.
You could see the variation, but uh, having some bigger, drier spots,
Yeah.
like having those bigger, drier spots maybe away from the window,
Okay.
if that's even possible. I don't know how hard or easy that is.
I think so. Yeah.
Um,
Because if it's coming from these decals, I'll just reduce the like radius of the decal kind of towards this left side, kind of keeping it away from the window.
yeah. Um, the the door and the light on the door is fucking
It's cool.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's honestly my favorite bit. The only thing that I would say is tilt the wood down at an angle a little bit. Not the wood of the door, but the broken wood.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Because if it's got nothing to stabilize it in the middle, it'll kind of drop down a little bit.
so I've had a slight rethink on the door barricades.
Okay.
I'm kind of working on a door as we speak. I've done two
Oh,
like
sick,
little
sick.
individual pieces that are going to kind of hold the wood. So if I just unhide that and do that,
Yeah, right, right,
so
right. Yeah, yeah,
there you go. That
yeah.
kind of
Enough said. Yeah, 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 yeah. That fixes the exact thing. I, man. So this is a hard one. So I think it would be far more interesting to have it at an angle.
yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, I can still
Um,
push it this way and have it at an angle like that, or like this even. Like this, yeah,
I
it's
think
more
it would just break up. No, so I'd definitely have it drooping down.
okay.
Or drooping, yeah, yeah, that way. It doesn't have to be a lot, just like a subtle amount,
Yeah,
just to break up. So with the doors are very like linear, obviously, like horizontal and vertical,
yeah,
and just having a shape that will break that kind of pattern will just add a little bit of interest.
yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that the wood looks amazing. How did you do the splintering?
That was
Um,
ZBrush. So I've basically done. Um,
can you zoom in? Can you zoom
so
into the splintering and stuff, and
yeah, this
both and in your Unreal scene as well?
this was like a placeholder, but essentially what I've done is used a plane and then used what is it, transform, which gives you random transform
Okay.
information. So move the vertices out randomly and then booleaned it out. So then I've taken that booleaned object, which makes kind of this jaggedy shape, cleaned up a bit in ZBrush, used Dynamesh, made it lower poly, um, and then just yeah, textured over it.
So how are you getting? Sorry, you've got such a clean break on. Like I'm learning something now. You've got such a clean break on the wood, and you've got such a nice splintering. Is that all just from the bake and then some kind of opacity, or
It's essentially I've just used the other half of uh, so I've used the plane to boolean out one side, duplicated it, and then used that break to then boolean out the other side. That's how you get like a completely even split. So it then splits it
Oh no,
again.
I mean like how did you get like the really fine splits that are going on?
Uh,
And how have you got like the light coming through those as if it's
so
geo?
it is geo. It's just using nanite. It's quite
Oh right, okay.
it's fairly high poly. It's just done with nanite. So I show nanite
Okay.
visualization.
No, no, that
Yeah,
makes sense now.
yeah. See the top left, it's completely
Um
nanited.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah,
it's not really
yeah.
optimized. It's just yeah, geo.
It doesn't matter. It looks cool as fuck.
Yeah, this is what I'm
Um,
thinking. Yeah,
like it looks cool as fuck. I definitely just angle those ever so slightly. Like I'm talking like maybe 5 degrees down on each side. Yeah, yeah. You could even do it there.
yeah. Because I mean, this is the
Like
beauty of it. Because they're separate objects. Like they can go wherever. Like it's fine.
yeah, man, sick, sweet. Like if you, I mean, you can tell me if you like the look of that or
I do.
how
Yeah,
you feel about
I
that.
do.
But
Yeah,
I think it just offsets how the fact that you can open the doors is
oh
so
yeah,
cool. Um, yeah, man. I think this is a sick scene. I can't wait to see it done. I've been quite excited from get go to see where it was going, and especially like if you can see that there's been a lot of love and care put into this.
yeah. I mean, this
Um,
is what I want to do as well. Like I fundamentally I want to be able to make environments with trim sheets and ZBrush work and kind of low to high, high to low kind of baking and everything. This is like my
yeah,
passion and this is what I want to do, and especially like medieval scenes as well. I love medieval stuff. I love old stuff.
yeah,
So
this is very very cool. I think you can see in the project that you're clearly enjoying it.
yeah, for sure.
Um, I'd say like even I know that your deadline's at the end of the month. I'd say like keep this off and
Yeah,
like just keep on working on it if you want. Um,
yeah, okay. Yeah, I
like
mean, I'll
your deadline doesn't have to be.
yeah,
People do this thing in university, and I'm guilty of it myself, which was as soon as the deadline's up, it's like I'll publish post and then just kind of rush out onto the next project. And university kind of does that to you, and it just kind of pushes you on to the next thing. But
Yeah. Okay.
this, like, even like spend a week away from it once you've finished it, and then just come back to it and just
Yeah.
see like what stands out, or you'll have some ideas during that time as to, oh, cool little things that you can add, like the rugs or whatever. And yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited to see how this comes out.
Yeah, because the reality of this scene is that even if I did finish it, at the start of May when it's due, get it posted the same day, I'm then not the phone's not going to be ringing off the hook with offers, is it? So, if even if I take an extra month to completely refine it or whatever and get everything completely set, and
Yeah, man. Like, well,
it's not going to be much of
so
a
the,
timescale.
the thing is, like, once you're in the industry, you're in the industry.
This is true.
Like,
Yeah.
let's say you spend another 6 months, like, really fine tuning this and doing full set layout, and like taking this to the hilt. Like, maybe even finding, I don't know if you've used some kind of reference for concept environment or whatever. Um,
Yeah, I've got quite a few uh, concept
yeah.
type stuff in here.
Um, But like even going into even like playing one of the Dark Souls levels, um, and finding an area that looks similar,
I did have one major
and then
one.
spending some time
Yeah.
just going around. Yeah, yeah, man.
So that one and also
So
that one.
yeah, yeah, both absolutely wicked. And are those taken from Dark Souls?
This one isn't. No, this is like another inspired one, and I think this one is another inspired one as well.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they're very Dark Souls to me. I mean, that is very Dark Souls one. This one. I'm getting the light
absolutely, man.
and Orlando
It
lights, which is just
it could be worth, and I do this for my personal work all the time, is I think having a your own kind of quality
yeah,
assessment checker, um, and finding something similar done by clearly like professional,
yeah,
and then using that to almost like quality check, because always they will have done this inherently with their work as well. And if it's like, let's say, I don't know, Last of Us or something, that would have been months and months of just multiple people reviewing. Um, Sorry, this table's not very sturdy. Uh, yeah, multiple people reviewing, um, like one character and stuff. So, like, definitely find some stuff that's similar, and like just quality check and compare it. But this is very, very strong work. I'd say, once if you like put in that extra whatever 10%
yeah.
on this, you should be well into getting a job in the industry as an environment artist.
Okay, that's very reassuring to hear. And I'm glad you like it. So yeah. Listen, Jace, let's call it there. Because we've kind of run over a little bit here. But yeah, thank you so much for answering my questions and having a look through my work and everything. Um, yeah, is there any final thoughts before we wrap it up, or but
Nah, man, smash it.
yeah, awesome. All right, well, yeah, thank you, Jason.